Los Angeles, still in existence today, and a lot of their houses they're very small, and their landlords don't allow them to grow plants outside. So this was the only piece of space that they had where they could have greenery. Everyone should have it. Every city should have a farm. Every little town should have a farm. I have nothing against apartments, large, high-rises, nothing. But there should be a green space where people could go and relax. And what this did is it would bring families together and everyone a place to relax. And it would assist us in making the system work better. People could they'll work more at ease, and they'll get along better. There'll be less fights, less wars, less family feuds, all of that.
You know, I've always believed that, we were talking earlier and I was sharing with you that I believe that the strongest form of activism that anybody can participate is raising healthy and happy, respectful children. And, you know, the more that we talked about the South Central farms, you know, I was able to see how that nurtures that. It brings families together, like you were saying, but it also provides skills to become self-sustaining and self-reliant. And it also brings people back to the earth, getting their hands dirty and learning how to provide for their families on a different level than, you know, being economically challenged, let's say. I mean, learning skills to provide for your family, to learn how to grow food, and getting back in touch with getting back in touch with the earth, which is very difficult to do when you live in Los Angeles or even in Santa Barbara. And, you know, I mean, there doesn't seem to be too many people that understand the need to get back into the earth and providing for our families that way. And I'm sure you witnessed that in the you were involved with it for 8 years. You were saying?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more of what you saw, like when a family first started working on it. Could you see the progression of?
Well, actually, I can tell you proof coming from the teachers. A lot of the teachers said that students that they had that were very inactive, all of a sudden they became more vibrant and more attentive, and they could make their they were doing better in school, and they were more self-assertive. But when the farm went down, they noticed that a lot of those children went back down into like not wanting to live type. They had no reason, nothing to move for.
So when we're talking about the ethnic background and the class diversity, what families, what ethnic backgrounds were involved in this South Central Farms?
Well, there were mostly Mexicans in that part of town.
And what else?
Oh, well, it's basically a black and Mexican side of town. So we had black people coming in, but not the majority was Mexicans, and because that's what lived in that general area. But later on, when we started fighting for the farm to save it, other people, because like the teachers and other people realized the effect that the good effect that it gave us. They assisted us. So now things have changed. Now we have multicolors, all colors working, and that's a really good thing because it brought a lot of people together. And so in spite of the negative, we got a lot of positive out of it, and now we're selling our organically grown produce, which we grow all the way in Bakersfield, and we sell it over here to all the different races, and the people that work for us are now we say multicultural, multi-ethnic, and that's a good thing.
So what kind of produce is being produced?
It depends what the season is. Like right now we have calabazas, those are squashes, many different kinds of squashes. Right now it's the season for cilantro, for chilies, for kale. There's 3 different kinds of kales, and then there's chard, and that's year round, and green onions, and let's see what else do we have. Stuff like daikons, carrots. So we have.
So
and melones.
Okay.
Cantaloupes.
So you mentioned Bakersfield. How did that work into the picture? I mean.
Well, what happened is, after we lost the land, we decided we weren't going to give up on because of what happened, and we got together as a collective and decided, what are we going to do? So we decided, well, we want to keep planting. We want to still keep farming. And so we got together, and the Sosomok and Rufina, who were the two heads at the time, said, hey, well, let's look for a place. And they looked for a place and found a place in Fresno. Initially, it was in Fresno. We were there for a year, and a little over a year, and then we found another place further down this way, because that was a long haul. And we started just carpooling people.
I was going to say, how many hours is Fresno from Los Angeles?
Oh, God, Fresno is like 4 hours at least. And we would do it every weekend, and we would have people stay there, and we rented a place so people could stay over and work the land and come back and then try to find places to sell it. And we were selling at different places and trying to sell it to markets. And it was a learning experience. And today, well, though we got beyond that part, because now we have the CSA, which is we sell boxes to different peoples, and they buy a membership so that we have regular sales. And now we're selling to larger markets. Now we're selling actually to Whole Foods.
Oh, excellent.
And actually we just had a big sale with Whole Foods here lately, and you know, we feel like we've accomplished a great deal, but we still know that South Central Farm location, that is still an important issue.
Right.
Because we're not doing it to make a business. We're doing it to try to get everyone to understand that we need farms like this in every city. This is not just in Los Angeles.
Okay, and so where are we right now with what is going on with South Central Farms right now?
Actually, what's going on right now is South Central Farm is in escrow. So I think we have about a month to figure out. We've been trying to find out who's the buyer, so we can let the buyer know, hey, look, this is what you're up against. You know, we already stopped Forever 21 from buying it, and we're going to stop you, or else we're going to give you a hard time. There's no question about it. So do you want to buy this land? And the point is, we want it. And if they want it, we're still going to want to buy it, even if it's from them. The point is, we gave Forever 21 such a hard time just to keep its P's and Q's in line that now, well, I noticed that we're having trouble through different government figures to start something that we're trying to start on Normandy and 105th, because the county has us at a stalemate. They won't they won't okay certain items that we need to be okay so we could continue forward. So yes, it's like, it's absurd. It's like two big grown-ups just fighting each other, and how are we going to help our children where we're over here busy, you know, can't get it together as supposedly government figures and community organizers. We have to both come together, work together to help the future generations. It's not about us.
So are there any upcoming events? I mean, if someone wants to help in any way, what do they need to do?
We have, they could go to our website at www.southcentralfarmers.com, and we have an 800 number there that they could call. And right now, we could use more vendors. We could use people to help distribute. We could use, we're also